stronger than what you're going through. If you wait for life to get better before you decide to be happy, you'll be waiting forever. Stop waiting. Start becoming. There will be days you feel broken, days you want to disappear, days where joy feels like a foreign language. But listen, those are the exact days that define you. That's when you either dig deeper or give up. You want peace? Build it, brick by brick in the dark. You want joy? Create it when the world says you shouldn't have it. That's power. That's resilience. That's what separates the average from the unstoppable. You don't need permission to be happy. You don't need everything to be perfect. What you need is standards. High mental standards, high emotional standards. No matter what comes, you rise. Not because life is fair, but because you've trained your mind to rise anyway. That's what warriors do. That's what leaders do. That's what you were meant to do. The moment you let someone else's actions determine your joy, you hand them the keys to your soul. Take them back. You control what lives in your head. You control what runs through your heart. Stop feeding your pain. Start feeding your vision. Stop repeating the story of what hurt you. Start writing the story of how you overcame it. Talk like someone with power. Think like someone with purpose. Walk like someone who knows happiness is an act of will, not wish. Every morning, repeat this. Today, I choose strength. Today, I choose joy. Today, I rise, no matter what. Say it until your spirit obeys it. Say it until your attitude is unbreakable. There's no time to be soft. The world is heavy, but you are heavier. You are forged in the fire for this very moment. It's your job to remind yourself daily, life doesn't get easier. You get stronger. Happiness isn't a prize. It's a product of your mindset, produced by effort, discipline, and vision. If you do it every day, especially when it's hardest, especially when no one's clapping, especially when you're hurting, you'll wake up one day and realize happiness is not something you chased. It's something you became. Happiness is not found, it is built. It is not a magical emotion that appears when the conditions are perfect, when the sun shines and people praise you. It is not given by others nor granted by fate. Happiness is forged brick by brick, step by step, thought by thought. It is the result of inner construction, not outer coincidence.
Silence, in struggle, in solitude, and that's what most people refuse to accept. People wait for better days, but the strongest minds create better days. While the average man looks at circumstances, the uncommon man shapes his response. You don't control what happens around you, but you damn well control how you interpret it. And that interpretation is the foundation of your emotional life. You want to feel peace? Then think peace. You want to feel alive? Then act with purpose. No one is going to feel it for you. No one is going to carry your mindset on their back. You either build yourself or break yourself. There is no middle ground. Every single morning you wake up, life hands you a choice. Stay where you are or rise. Give in or grow. Wait for happiness or create it with blood and belief. The truth is, happiness requires effort. Not once, not occasionally. Every single day you must fight for joy. You must train for peace. Because when the world pushes you down, your default reaction will either destroy you or drive you. And that default is built by repeated focus. You either train your mind to push through or you train your mind to fold. When life gets hard, and it will, your habits will speak louder than your motivation, and your habits are shaped by what you practice, not what you wish for. Too many people wait to feel good before they do good. That's weakness disguised as logic. You don't wait to be inspired. You move with discipline, and inspiration follows you. Happiness is not something you chase. It is something you generate. It flows from within, not from outside. If you wait for someone else to change so you can feel free, you've handed over your power. You have one shot at this day, and no matter what happened yesterday, no matter who hurt you, who betrayed you, who ignored you, it's your mind, your mood, your life. You want happiness? Build it. When you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you don't see results, that's the test. That's the moment your future is being carved. When you want to shut down, but you show up anyway. When you feel empty inside, but you speak power into your soul anyway. That's not fake. That's courage. That's strength. That's the real you showing up. The people who win in life don't win because they had it easy. They win because they decided every day to push forward. They decided every day to align their emotions with their mission, not their misery. You don't get to opt out of this. If you want happiness, then demand it from yourself. Set the tone, set the standard. Act with courage, smile with intention, think with clarity, and don't wait for people to understand it. This is not about being understood. This is about becoming unshakable. Hard times are the gym for the soul. You either lift or you collapse. You either grow through pain or shrink from it. And in that pain is where the seeds of true joy are planted. The kind of joy that can't be stolen by disappointment. The kind of joy that isn't shaken by failure. The kind of joy that belongs to you because you earned it. You showed up when you had every excuse not to.
Stood tall when life tried to make you small. You kept your vision clear when the fog rolled in. That's how builders think, and that's how winners live. When the day begins, speak with strength. Today, I lead my mind. Not, I hope I feel better. Not, I'll wait and see how it goes. No, you lead. You take charge. You set the emotional thermostat. If life turns cold, you heat up from within. If people go silent, you speak to yourself louder. If the day feels heavy, you carry it with posture and pride. That's how you keep momentum. That's how you keep power. You don't get distracted by drama. You don't retreat because of delay. You keep building even when nothing around you seems to be working. You keep building even when your body is tired and your spirit is low. You keep building because you're not here to survive the day, you're here to conquer it. And not with ego, but with energy, with discipline, with gratitude. You're not here to be like everyone else. You're here to prove what happens when a human being chooses joy on purpose over and over again. Not because life is easy, but because life is short, and you refuse to waste it living weak. And when others see you smile through struggle, they'll wonder what your secret is. But you'll know there's no secret, just daily, brutal, beautiful self-leadership. Just refusing to let circumstances decide your spirit. Just choosing every single time to push yourself into the strongest, highest version of you. Not because it's comfortable, but because it's right. Because happiness is not found, it is built. And you are the builder. You must command your emotional state daily. Never beg for it. You were not born to be at the mercy of your moods or held hostage by the chaos around you. You were built with power, not to be ruled by feelings, but to rule them. The moment you beg for peace, for clarity, for motivation, you've already placed your strength in the hands of something else. And when your strength belongs to something outside of you, it can be taken from you at any moment. That is not freedom. That is emotional slavery. And most people live that way without even knowing it. Their emotions decide their actions. Their fears shape their words, and their feelings dictate their future. But not you. Not anymore. You don't get to say, I don't feel like it, when your mission is on the line. You don't get to shrink when pressure shows up, because pressure's not your enemy. It's your proving ground. You must rise no matter what you feel. You must train yourself to lead from the front, even if your knees are shaking. That is real control. That is what separates the weak from the unshakable. When your emotions are running wild, it is your duty to stop the chaos. Take a breath and remind yourself, I am in charge here. Not my pain, not my fear, not my doubt. Me, my decisions, my standards, my thoughts, my posture, my focus. I choose what lives in my mind, and I will not rent space to weakness. Every morning when you wake up, there is a war taking place before your feet hit the ground. Your mind wants to slip into comfort. Your feelings want to guide you back to the past, and your doubt wants to whisper that you aren't enough. But you are not a victim of those thoughts. You are the captain. You either take control or get controlled. You either build the day or the day breaks you. So don't wait for motivation to show up. Don't ask for peace. Don't hope for strength. Command it. Stand in the mirror and speak it into existence. Not once, not for a few days, but every day until your inner world obeys you. Your emotions must not be dictators. They must be trained soldiers. They take orders from your mind, not the other way around. If your emotions are leading, you will break when life gets heavy. But if your mindset is leading, nothing can bend you. People will test you. Delays will test you. Loss will test you. But you will remain centered because your emotions do not make your decisions. You do. You don't need to feel good to act right. You need to act right to feel good. And that is the secret the average man never learns. He keeps waiting for a good day, waiting to feel inspired, waiting for someone to lift him. And while he waits, his life stays still. But the one who commands his emotions, he moves mountains. You want power? Control your state. You want peace? Guard your mind. You want joy? Plant it in discipline. Stop blaming the world for how you feel. Stop giving people permission to wreck your peace. Take back your authority. Remind yourself that no matter what happens today, you decide what it means. That power is not given, it is claimed. And if you claim it, truly claim it, no external storm can shake you. You will bend, but you won't break.